Hey everybody, Fishman here. Welcome to another video. This is Fishman Vlog number 129. And for those of you who did not catch my little short earlier in the week, this is the new shrimplet. Though it's probably a little bit large to be calling it a shrimplet. Ever since I took the guppies out, and most of the rice fish now, except for the one fry, the shrimp are doing a lot better. They're, well, not necessarily more active, but they're out more often, and I am getting more shrimplets surviving into, well, with that sort of size. They all kind of look alike, I suppose, when they're young, especially the really tiny ones. So at most I can tell you that I have somewhere between 2 and 3, because I've seen 2 or 3 at one time, and I don't really want to disturb this too much. There's a fair amount of mulm under there, as you can see as I pan down, and it is a nice little environment for all small organisms to get in there and pick at, especially the shrimplets. So it gives them security and plenty of food. So hopefully I will end up with a lot more. I am going to move that one fry of the rice fish out at some point, and then hopefully we'll even get more. So this is a Nubius. This is Nana Petite. Is growing, as you can see there, about 4 new leaves, which is great. I still have to wire it to something a little bit more permanent, but it's doing so well right now, and of course I have like no time at all, so it will be fine there for the moment at least. And like I said, keep scanning around. I'm hoping to find more of these guys. Hopefully I will have some news for you guys in the reasonably near future, and have more shrimplets for you. So I'm happy with this tank. Obviously there's not a whole lot going on in it. See, now there's only one rice fish fry and a few shrimp, but that's fine. Ever since I pruned this back, these guys are coming out a lot more often now. These are black skirt tetras, of course, and I do want to breed them. I've been talking to the gentleman that I am subcontracting from for some of the extra work I've been doing, and apparently in the next month or so it's going to slow down a little bit, which will give me some more time in the fish room, and hopefully I'll get some more projects done, and it'll be well, more stuff for you guys to see. As you see, I'm cleaning this tank out more now. It's a lot clearer. The tank next door is ready for plecos and other stuff, of course, but again, time and all that sort of stuff. I haven't got to it yet, but I will shortly, hopefully, and then we'll have, well, breeding plecos is quite straightforward, so I should end up with a bunch more. I don't need tons of them, but I always like to keep a supply available, because you never know if a male dies or gets aggressive and kills off other fish, that you could end up easily running out. It happened about 2 or 3 times in the entire time that I've been taking care of fish and breeding plecos, that you just don't notice that, oh gee, I don't have any breeding pairs anymore, or breeding groups. And yeah, well, when that happens, it's very difficult sometimes to find suitable fish for starting that all up again. So these guys are all doing well. That tank with the guppies and zebra danios, there's actually some male guppies in there that I really like, and I am going to be isolating a few of them. I'm going to show you a couple clips coming up in a little bit. I want to get a couple more breeding groups going, because well, they're easy fish and they are very useful fish, so I want to make sure that I always have quite a few on hand. If you remember from a little while ago, I had an air pump issue, and that meant that a fair number of my tanks were without, well, much in the way of filtration. Not a whole lot was noticed at the time. I did lose a little bit, but one of the things that I haven't seen lately, and I've been poking around for, if you remember, I had a bunch of coolie loach, well, a bunch, 4 or 5 coolie loaches in here, and they were doing very, very well, but I haven't seen them in 3-4 weeks now. So I thought I'd give a little poke around underneath the subwasser tang where they like to hide out. But I don't know. They could easily be hidden. I've had aquariums that I've kept care of for clients that had coolie loaches in them, and I thought, well, clueloshes are gone. But in time, when I ended up taking the tank down, I ended up finding them all. So they could easily be hiding in there somewhere. So I'll have a look at that a little bit more seriously next time I do the pruning in there. I want to show you these guys because I originally bred them for my daycare clients. These are lovely fish. And it's got to the point now where this group is probably just going to stay here because I really like them. They're active, they shoal around together quite nicely, and they always come, obviously, begging for food and stuff. So, if you remember from the summer, I had put out a bunch of stuff into the summer tub. And the hornwort did really, really poorly, but I did pull a few sprigs in when I shut it down. And as you can see, it has now decided to bounce back really well and is growing very, very well. So it wasn't a surprise that it was going to come back, but it's nice to see that it did. So, and these are, of course, the fish that were out there. These are the guppies. I still need to go through them. There's a couple maybe that I'll keep for breeding purposes. The rest will go to clients. And as you can see, the plants are doing really well. Well, the red Luigi was doing well outside, so doing well inside is not, again, a surprise at all, really. But I just wanted to show you this because it has now been a couple months since I took it all in, and as you can see, they're doing perfectly fine. This is the first of the males, and I think I told you this last couple weeks, that I want to set up for breeding. A little bit out of focus at the moment, but give it a second here. He goes to the back, and there you go. He's a lovely fish, and he's going to get his own little harem for sure. And so are some of these guys. This one right in the middle here is really, really nice, and a couple of the other ones as well. I have a couple of what I would term as pintails, and they have lovely color, and I will definitely be setting up probably another 2 or 3 breeding groups of guppies just to keep the numbers up. Now, I bought this. This is a calla lily, and as you can see, it's not thriving. I'm not sure why, other than the fact that sometimes you just get bad stuff in box stores as far as plants are concerned. I'm going to keep watering it here. I'm not going to do anything with it until I'm fairly certain that it's going to survive, and then I will try doing some other stuff with it. It's going to end up with this tank because it's just one of my favorites at the moment. The Gardneri are doing very well, as you can see. Lots of color, lots of activity, very healthy. And again, this tank is just doing exactly what I want it to. The centerpiece is now actually living up to its name. The peace lily that's in here is getting quite large. You can see there's a lot of roots. I'm going to pan down again in a second. It has roots that obviously go down through the center, but it's also sending out a lot of roots that go down and extend out into the water. You can see it here in a second, and it's doing exactly the same kind of thing a pothos would do. So that's, and you know, I don't really like roots all over the place, but this is doing very well, so good for it. So thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think about all this. I'll see you in the next video, and bye for now.